In the annals of knighthood, there are many useful tips on what to do if you're attacked by a dragon, where to strike with your lance, when and how. In Columbus's time, every sailor worth his salt was prepared with the most up-to-date information on what to do if a sea monster suddenly attacked. But Benvenuto Giovanni had a special problem. He was being attacked by a house. This house. In the main, long wars consist of a series of holding actions, standoffs. But suddenly, a time arrives to counterattack.
When my ship arrives, caro mio, our marriage will be a beautiful one, or it will not be at all. It is now or never. Dia benvenuto. Ciao, Francesca.
How does one attack a house? So very little has been written about that. Kick a house, you break a toe. Smash into it, you break your head. What weapons does one use against a house? What is a house's weak point? Most urgent, when is a house most defenseless? Most vulnerable to counterattack? When?
The first of the month. Rent day. Did you hear that? It's the first of the month. Rent day. Rent day. And FBG day. Free Ben Giovanni day. Did you hear that, Papa? It's rent day. Today it begins, Papa. Today it begins. The fall of the Bastille. Garibaldi's march, Papa. Bunker Hill. VE Day. FBG Day. Free Ben Giovanni Day, Papa. Today it's rent day. The house is weak. It needs a transfusion. It needs the rent. But it ain't gonna get it, Papa. Arrivederci. La 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 la. Landlord.
Oh, Mr. Giovanni.
I came for the rent.
Oh, but my husband, he's still asleep.
He's what? The landlord is at the gates and he's still sleeping? Carari, come on, wake up.
Hey, what's the matter? Benvenuto.
The rent. I came for the rent.
Benvenuto, come in, have some of my wife's coffee. We talk. I give you the rent.
Your wife's coffee stinks. I'm not drunk.
Hey, bloodsucker.
No. It's all there. Take it back. Huh? On Free Ben Giovanni Day, nobody pays the rent. No. Landlord, open up.
He's not the same man.
Yeah.
He's got something up his sleeve.
I came for the rent.
Maybe he's gonna get us all out and put up a big apartment house.
Make him take the rent.
Take it back. It's FBG Day. Those of you who have the rent, you don't have to pay. Those of you who don't, be my guest.
He's up to something.
He's sick. Get a doctor.
But it's the law. A landlord gotta take the rent.
He's up to something.
If we don't pay the rent, he could get us out.
And build a big apartment house.
Make him take the rent.
He's sick. Get a doctor.
Hey, just a second.
Come on, Carari, out of my way. I got things to do.
A landlord's gotta take it. That's the law. Take you the rent.
No. Tenants, friends, countrymen. Is life so miserable that when a good thing comes your way, you grow suspicious of it?
You're sick. Get a doctor.
You hear that? When a good thing comes his way. What's a good thing for a landlord? He sold the house, and now he wants to get the tenants out. Make him take the rent. Make him.
No, not on Bastille Day.
Take you the rent, it's the law.
And the law says that a man has the right to pursuit of his own happiness. Right now, I would be happy without the money. Here.
Take you the
Will you take... I don't want to... Hey, now. Get out of the way.
That's what the landlord gives him, an eye like an eggplant. I couldn't make an eggplant parmesan with such an eye.
Tell us exactly what happened.
He's sick. Get a doctor.
Shut up! I'm the victim, so I talk. 1, we got a landlord. 2, today's 3, his father, may rest in peace, he worked hard for his house. He died, and then he becomes a landlord. 4, today is the first of the month. He knocked on the door. Where's the rent? Where's the rent?
And I was making a breakfast, some of eggs with pepperoni with some of bread.
All right. Here's the rent.
All right, what happened?
Then he gives it back. He says, it's a free Ben Giovanni day. I said, take the rent. It's the law. He says, I'd be much happy without, and he punches me in the eye.
He's gotta take the rent. It's the law.
Frank, what are they saying?
They're saying for years he was a good guy. Today he went off his rocker.
All right, then you folks have to go back to your apartments. We can't arrest this man because he didn't take your rent.
You hit me in the eye, all right? I want him arrested. Assault and battery.
If they're going to press charges, we'll pick him up.
Did he say where he was going?
Oh, so you wanted to find him?
Of course we want to find him. Where did he say he was going?
He walked 2 blocks. A university.
Is he a student there?
He's sick. Get a doctor.
He's a teacher.
And what does he teach?
1, how to make a fun of my wife's copy. 2, how to take a friend and make a victim from that. 3, how to insult older people. 4, how to hit in the eye.
Like an eggplant.
Benvenuto Giovanni, huh? No, he's not on the faculty. Not quite.
Well, one of his tenants told us he teaches here.
Well, who teaches and who learns is an ancient riddle. I wouldn't be a bit surprised that Ben Giovanni could teach us a great deal, but he's not on the faculty, not officially. He's what we call a university buff.
I've heard of police buffs and fire buffs, but I've never heard of university buffs.
Well, police buffs love to hang around police, and fire buffs admire the fire department. A university buff is one who's never been to a university, but admires them greatly and hangs around them.
Does he have many friends here?
Oh, yes, many. As a matter of fact, we have a graduate psychology student, Alan Culver. He lives in Ben's house. They're quite good friends. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you could find Culver in the library right now.
Thank you very much.
This should be very interesting to Culver. You see, he's writing part of his master's thesis on Benvenuto Giovanni. Delayed adolescence in the high IQ male.
I'm just helping out. He! Who are you? Nobody. I'm just a friend. He!
Where's your ILA card, friend?
Oh, no, I'm just helping out. My girl is on the ship. She's one of the crew.
Data.
Hey, well, what's the matter with you guys? Don't you know your union history?
Get him out of here.
No, wait a minute, wait. Who was it, the guy that said... Oh, yeah. Hey, who was it, Son Lou, and said the working man on the road? Come on. Ciao, Francesca.
Ciao, benvenuto.
How was your trip?
For a ship's radio. A very good trip, yes. And you?
Listen, I've made plans. I want you to meet my friends. I'm going to take you everywhere. What's that? You looking for something?
No. Yes. Yes, I'm looking for Benvenuto Giovanni.
Oh, I'm here. Benvenuto Giovanni. Cara mia, it's me.
Look, I'm in port 5 days. This time, will you marry me?
Yeah, as soon as my problem is solved.
Your problem? We have met 2 years ago. I loved you. I still love you. You say you feel the same about me. All right. In port, we meet, we talk, we are excited. Then I leave, and we write. Oh, you write beautiful letters, Benvenuto.
Oh, they're more than just letters, cara mia. They come from the heart. Now, as soon as my problem is solved, honey...
No problem. 2 years, and I still don't know what the problem is. You may be... Yes, you may be a thief.
No, I'm not a thief.
Or you may be... Yes, you may be already married.
I'm not married.
All right, a man has to solve his problems. All right. But 2 years. 2 years is a long time, Benvenuto. I'm ready to be your wife. I'm in port 5 days. If in 5 days you are not ready and your problem is not solved, I will get on that ship and go away. Go away, Benvenuto.
Francesca.
Please do solve your problem.
But, honey, Francesca, it's not easy.
It's not easy for me, too. Please let me go.
Papa, you...
È tanto che non ci vediamo, eh? Io ti trovo bene.
Tu pure. Sì. Hai veduto a benvenuto Giovanni?
Sì, l'ho visto.
No? Yes?
Maybe.
Celia, aspetta.
Io non riesco a
Vieni qua.
capirci niente.
Ah! Celia!
Se non si vuol decidere, capito?
Vieni qua. Listen, he's my cousin's son, huh? But he's a son of... What did he say?
Nothing. This time I'm here 5 days, and I told them. I said, either we're going to the church or goodbye.
Ma benvenuto, he's only a boy. È un bambino. But smart, huh? But he's a boy. What do you need is a man. Un uomo, sai? A man, eh?
How does a boy become a man in 5 days?
I got 7 boys. Francesca, 7, huh? Some I push. Some I wait and wait and wait and wait. Some they grow like a tree to the sun and to the sky by themselves. Benvenuto, you know what he needs? Needs a little push. Maybe a harder push, huh? How much are these? 39 cents a pound. 39 cents? Look at them. They're not even ripe yet. If they were ripe, you would pay them 59 cents a pound. You're a woman, no? Well, take him home and make him ripe. Take him home and make him ripe.
No, we couldn't locate this friend or Giovanni, so we stopped for a hot dog. Want us to come in, Mike?
No. This Carrari came down here and filed a complaint.
We gotta go with it. Check the house again. Maybe the landlord came back.
Looks to me like it's one of those landlord-tenant things. You know, like the Hatfields or McCoys.
Yeah, but what are you making such a big thing for? Okay, Mike, if you'll insist, we'll go back. I'll tell Adam. Probably all patched up by now.
Landlord, open up.
Oh, it's you. Police will take care of you.
Well, it's time to paint the house again.
No, not again. Not over my dead body. 3 weeks ago you paint this apartment.
Not again. Twice in the 3 weeks to paint the house. Not to take the rent. Your father gonna turn over in his grave.
I don't care if my father rolls over in his grave. I don't care if he spins over in his grave. Now, come on, out of my way.
You gotta punch me first.
Oh, yeah? Holies. Where do you want it? On the left side now?
No, I'm not another eggplant.
All right, now, let me through. Break it up here. Hey. Hey, Giovanni? Benvenuto, Giovanni?
Yes. And to whom do I owe the honor of this occasion?
To an assault and battery charge.
What'd you do? Go and tell the police about it, huh?
Come on, Giovanni.
He's gonna paint the house again. The old paint ain't dry yet.
Listen, I don't know about that. If the old paint ain't dry yet, I don't know what the union says about painting over it.
I'll go call Max.
Tell him the landlord painted 3 weeks ago and he wants to paint again. He won't believe you, but ask him anyway.
Mr. Giovanni, you're a very unusual landlord. Is there something about this house?
Not a house as a house. As Lorenzo de' Medici once said, a house can be many things, Least of all, a house.
That's the way he talks now. He used to be a landlord, but he don't act like a landlord. He don't talk like a landlord. I was a friend of his father. God rest his soul, he worked hard for this house. But him, well, the time he was a boy, he wanted to spend the money. But Tony Giovanni, his father, he was smart. I put him money in the house. So even when I die, you got something. Because all of your life, you amounted to nothing. And one of those goofy artists from a Greenwich village have their pitch in the street, Benvenuto come and he say, hey, Papa, and let him put a pitch in front of here. But Tony Giovanni, God rest his soul, he say, no, no make a lady in front of Giovanni's house.
Now, wait a minute, just a minute. Let me say something, if I can get this straight now. Mr. Carrari, if Mr. Giovanni promises to accept your rent, and if he promises not to paint the house again, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it is. Now, will that make you happy? Will you drop all charges?
Officer, today is Free Ben Giovanni Day! I insist that you put me in jail.
Who's the man? He's sick. Get a doctor.
Yay! Bravo! Bravissimo! You finally made it, huh?
My name is Alan Culver, Giovanni's brain trust.
Yes, I'm brain trust. Let me get into a jam like this.
Has he been booked yet, officer?
This is my legal advisor. He's still in law school.
No, Counselor, not yet.
Isn't that an infraction of the regulations?
Well, yes, maybe. But we were hoping to avoid a trial and all that by having the complainant, Carrari, drop the charges.
Oh, you shouldn't have told him that. Now he'll be disappointed. He's got one of those Clarence Darrow images of himself.
I was trying to get his side of the story, but he wouldn't talk. He said that you had all the records.
Is that all right with you, Ben?
Francesca's in town.
So that's what's kicking it off.
She docked this morning. She's going to be in for 5 days. So she gave me 5 days to say yes or no, it's goodbye. I need your advice. So look, will you give them a short case history and let's talk?
He's in crisis.
Look, we're only the police. Would you mind telling us what this is all about?
Look, will you tell him for crying out loud and don't make a PhD thesis out of a master's degree?
As you've gathered, we're all graduate students. Jack here is in law, Mel is in sociology, cultural planning, Vincent is psychiatry, and I'm psychology.
Look, will you get to me, huh? I haven't got all day.
I understand you're doing a thesis on him?
Yes, on Mr. Giovanni and 19 others.
Will you forget about the 19 others and get to me?
Delayed adolescence in the high IQ male. Now, Ben's father spent his whole life saving money to buy that house.
For an Italian peasant, land, a house, has special status meaning.
In order to rationalize his refusal to spend money to send Ben to college, he made up his mind that Ben was shiftless and would never succeed anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a little more complicated than that. It's that, Oedipus and all sort of things.
Yeah, naturally, it was Oedipus and all sorts of things, but we needn't go into that now.
Oedipus.
The kernel of the case is in Ben's attitude toward the house. He believes the house is his father.
The house is his father?
Yes.
Look, will you just stick to your gun and your regulations and don't interfere in my problems?
So whenever he must face a crisis that requires him to grow up, assume the responsibilities of a man, he begins to think about attacking the house, a symbol for his father.
Well, why doesn't he just sell the house?
So I sell the house. So I get the money. So I'm still dependent on him. Because he knew, my father, he knew in his heart that by nature I'm lazy and I'm weak. So if I got a house and I got money, I won't make anything of myself. But Francesca is in town and I want to marry her and that house has got to go.
May we consult for a moment? All right, Ben, here it is.
It goes like this. Francesca arrives, wants to marry you, you want to marry her. So what do? You occupy yourself again with delusions about the house. A stall. You refuse the rent.
Legally, of course, Ben, you don't have a leg to stand on, and you know that. You want to sabotage the house.
Your father.
Of course, by refusing to take the rent to meet the mortgage payments. But all the tenants have to do is offer the rent. That's all.
Then you proceed to punch Carrari, knowing full well you'll end in jail.
A perfect excuse for ducking out on Francesca.
Well, I don't want to duck out on Francesca. I want to marry her. I want to have a family.
You can't get married and you can't have a family in a jail cell. So, the first step, we're going to get you out.
How?
Well, I tutor Carrari's kid. If Ben promises to behave, I can get Carrari to drop charges.
Well, if you want me to promise, I'll promise. But how do I know I'm going to keep the promise I promise?
I don't get it.
Oh, what? What don't you get?
You're not stupid. You understand everything these guys are saying, which is more than I do, which means you're not stupid. If you're not stupid, why do you do stupid things?
Because I understand up here, but not here. I understand in my head, but my heart reacts to things that I don't understand. You understand?
All right. Go tell Carrari. Get me out of here. I'll take the rent. I won't paint. I'll leave the house alone. I want Francesca. I want her. I promise.
Benvenuto. I forgive you. I am the victim, but I forgive you. And now you will become a good man, like your papa, a good landlord, a man who lives for his house and his property like a sensible man. I am the victim, but I forgive you.
But I'm in jail.
The blood test from 8 months ago is still good. The priest is ready. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock at the church.
But Francesca, I'm in jail.
And now the flowers have been ordered. There will be a celestial choir of 8 voices.
Yeah? Well, I want 12.
That would be $40 more.
How many times does a guy get married?
One time. Now for the guests.
Francesca. Look, how can I marry you when I'm locked up in jail?
And Celia, your friends from college, Mr. and Mrs. Carrari from your house.
How can I marry you, honey, when I haven't even proposed?
I'm now making a proposal to you. I want to marry you, Benvenuto Giovanni. Do you want to marry me?
It's not right for a woman to propose to a man.
Hey, buddy, you don't wanna? I'll take her.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Tomorrow is the last day in port. At 4 o'clock, my ship sails. Yes or no?
How can I marry you when I'm locked up in jail?
Come on, out.
What kind of a jail are you running here when you leave the cell doors wide open?
You can go now.
What do you mean I can go now? What's the matter? Haven't you guys heard of assault and battery?
Your friends put up bail for you.
What friends?
The Brain Trust.
They're students. They can't afford it. I won't let them.
It's not their money. It's your money. They collected the rents.
Benvenuto, why are you crying?
I'm just happy, that's all. I got such good friends.
I'm a victim, but I'm a hit.
Listen, Papa. On a day like today, I'm getting married, Papa. My wedding day. Well, look, I don't want to fight with you, huh? Okay? Hey, Pop. You know, when I think about it, when I let myself think about it, we had some pretty good times, didn't we, when I was a kid? Huh? Hey. Pop, what do you say, huh? We have a drink to that? What do you say? Huh? Come on. Hey, Papa, you remember when I was a kid? I was 7 years old. Yeah, 7 years old. I came down in the cellar and you were making the wine. You gave me my first glass, you remember? Boy, was Mama man, huh? Woo! Here's to you, Papa.
Hey, Bob! You know what I'm laughing about? Uncle Charlie! Hey, Bob, you remember he came over here from the old country? He had on that silk shirt, bright red, you remember? Huh? And the cops, they picked him up and they arrested him because they thought he was one of Al Capone's boys. And Uncle Charlie, when he got out, he went looking for Capone and he wanted to beat him up. Hey, Bob, I can't go to my wedding without toasting Uncle Charlie, huh? Woo! Hey, Bob, you remember? Woo. Hey, Bob, you remember when Uncle Charlie, he fell in love with Jean Harlow, and he gave her a gorgonzola cheese? Hey, Pa, if these two Jamolis met after all these years, you know something? You guys have been haunting me all my life. All my life, you know that? But I'm not afraid anymore. Here, have a drink. Hey, Papa, you remember when you bought me my first pair of knickers, huh? Now, how come you had money that you could lay out to get me a pair of knickers, but you wouldn't send me to college, huh? How come? Because you wanted me to be a nobody. That's why. You wanted me to be a nobody, didn't you? Huh? Hey, why don't you answer me, huh? Come on, answer me, because there are people waiting for me at the church. Well, why don't you answer me? Huh?
It's over.
Now we know that tomato is not ripe.
Give me the police.
65th Squad Arcaro. Arcaro!
I'm about to have my massive crisis.
Your what? Who is this?
My massive crisis. Don't you understand anything?
Giovanni, where are you?
I'm home. That's where I am.
Well, aren't you supposed to be getting married? Why aren't you at church?
Nobody understands me.
Hey, Giovanni! Giovanni!
Nobody understands anything.
Hey, Papa. How come you bought me knickers, huh? And you took away my guts?
Giovanni!
Giovanni!
Giovanni, open up! We want to talk to you.
Giovanni, it's the police!
Giovanni!
Giovanni!
Open up!
It's the police! Giovanni!
Open up! We want to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about. Get everybody out. This house has got to go.
Giovanni!
Giovanni, open up! Giovanni!
Giovanni, it's the police!
Open up! We want to talk to you.
What's a massive crisis?
Who used that term?
He did, when he called me.
Then he's capable of anything.
Some people, when they start to grow up, get caught at a crossroads between what they have been and what they're trying to be, between the hammer and the anvil.
Yeah, they either leap forward or they sink back worse than ever. That moment is called a massive crisis.
Get up! Get up! Why no somebody get at the fire department?
Well, Papa, it's time to light up. Hey, this is ridiculous, you know that? Huh? Absolutely and positively ridiculous. But you drove me to it, Papa. Well, you know it ain't easy to start a fire, Papa. The match has to find the right angle. The right angle. You know what I mean? So what am I talking to you for anyway?
Ben, it makes no difference to him what you say or do. He's a ghost.
Yeah, well, this house has got to go.
Oh, well, if it's got to go, I guess it's got to go. Mr. Giovanni, you win.
Well, how come cops can talk to ghosts? What are you, some kind of a comedian or something? Huh? I thought the cops were supposed to give advice to people who were jumping off ledges, to be helpful. What are you standing there needling me for?
Say something to him, Adam.
There's nothing left to say.
Oh, what do you mean there's nothing left to say? Your partner is right. What do you mean there's nothing left to say?
Okay, Frank, say something. You see, Ben? Everything has been said already, Ben. Now, you know that as well as we do. Why you're fighting this house instead of growing up like a man. Why you punched Mr. Carrari in the eye just when Francesca's ship pulled in. Why you didn't show up at your own wedding. Why you're standing here right now with a torch in your hand.
Get my brain trust down here. Where's the brain trust? Get them down here. They'll know what to tell me.
We're here, Ben.
Well, go ahead. Show the cops how smart you are. Give me some advice to stop doing this thing.
Well, there's Francesca, who represents...
I know what she represents. I know. Responsibility, love, adulthood. And don't tell me I'm down here because the ship is leaving in 20 minutes. I know that too. Well, what else?
Ben, there is nothing else.
What do you mean there's nothing else?
Ben, the next move, it's yours.
it to me again.
Francesca, look at me. It's all over. I'll prove it to you. The way I feel right now, I can jump right in the water, but I can't swim. Besides, I don't want to get arrested again. Francesca, where are you now that I need you? Hey, leave me alone. Can't you see I just lost everything?
I'm here. Oh, God.
Hey, honey, excuse me the way I look. We had a fire, but I had to put it out.
There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.